All right, guys, today I'm going to talk to you about what autopilot is like on a 100,000 mile Tesla. So recently I rented a 2018 Model S Tesla, and I was driving it from San Luis Obispo to Las Vegas, which is about a 6.5 hour drive, which turned into 10 hours after driving it. With all the charging, and since this car was a lot older. But anyway, today I'm going to talk to you about what autopilot was like. So autopilot was fantastic on this car. It was surprising how well it did. But you got to consider that this car had been maintained regularly about every 6 months by Tesla. And the person that owns this car lives in San Luis Obispo. He was actually driving to Santa Barbara to maintain this car about every 6 months. And there was a lot of issues. He actually had to replace some of the sensors because the car had been in a collision. So he replaced the sensors in the front of the car and in the back of the car, and this car was working seamless and fine. And I would say that this car, I drove it through the rain, I drove it through good conditions, and I also drove it at night. And I had like one issue ever where the car just started to sometimes it would go in the wrong lane, but I think this kind of happens with most Teslas in general, where sometimes I would be when I was in a single lane road and it split off to two lanes, sometimes the car got a little confused and it didn't know which lane to go into. And I mean this is pretty common, but this I would say is not an issue for like an older car. And in general, it just worked completely fine. I didn't have any issues with the autopilot. I just had issues with the battery range, which was super annoying. 15 minutes remaining. It just said 55 minutes a second ago. And I have currently 62 miles of range. And this car has 100,000 miles on it. So that's quite a long time to only charge it up to 200 miles. So anyway, I would definitely recommend getting an older car if you're just using this as your daily commuter car, just going to back and forth to work or running errands around town and then charging the car at home. I think it would be perfect for anyone like that if you are able to. But you should probably definitely have a place to charge it. Make sure you're charging it at your home or at your work destination, because it is a little bit annoying to have to wait like 35 minutes to charge, and that's kind of how long it would take for me when I was charging this car, 35 to 45 minutes to get it to about 80%. And 80% on this older car was really just about 170 miles. So that's something you definitely should consider when buying an older Tesla. So autopilot, yeah, totally works great. I would definitely say that you're not going to have any issues with an older Tesla as long as it has been maintained regularly. So if you do buy an older Tesla, I would take it into a Tesla dealership, maybe even before you buy it, and have them inspect it to make sure that all the sensors are working okay, all the cameras are looking good, so you don't have any issues driving your car. All right, I hope you liked this video. Check out my other videos on Tesla, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks.